I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Senator Amy Klobuchar joined other Senate Democrats in a rally against gun violence outside of the Capitol on Thursday. Klobuchar gave an emotional speech about the recent school shooting in Uvelde, Texas. The senator said she hopes her Republican colleagues will have a change of heart and vote for universal background checks and other gun control measures. But if not, she urged voters to march to the ballot box in November. Here's more from the Minnesota Democrat.
Thank you. Thank you so much to Moms Demand Action. You're everywhere. To Students Demand Action. Thank you for standing with us for gun safety and to protect the people of this country. Because that's what this is about in the end. We are once again here in the wake of a tragedy. We're here because of 21 empty beds tonight in Texas. We're here because of 10 empty chairs at the dinner table in Buffalo. We're here because we have lost more than 2,900 people in this country in mass shootings just since Sandy Hook. And we say today, enough is enough. And when you look at the pictures of these kids from Robb Elementary, it shatters you. The sports uniforms, the first communion dress, the glasses, the smiles. In some photos, they were holding awards that they had just won that morning. That's how immediate, that's how real this is. And the reason this is called Everytown is that it happens in every town. It happens in Florida. It happens in Connecticut. It happens in Texas. It happens in Minnesota. And we have asked our colleagues over and over again to reach deep into the hearts and to do what is right. And I am so appreciative that our colleagues, Senator Murphy and others, are going to continue to work over the next 10 days to get an agreement with Republicans. That's a good thing. That's a good thing that they're willing to work, because you're never going to get anything done if you don't try, okay? And you always hope at every single time there's going to be a change of their heart. But if there isn't a change of their heart, then we will vote, and we will vote. We will vote when we come back, and we will march all the way to the ballot box and vote. Because in the end, you know the numbers. And believe me, the Republican Party is looking at the numbers just like we are. The numbers of people that want to see background checks. 80, 90% of the public is with us. Then what is wrong over there in that building? That's what I said when I went over to the White House after Parkland. I was in the small group of senators, Democrats and Republicans, that met with the former president, President Trump, after Parkland. And on a piece of paper, and I still have it at home, with hash marks, I wrote down how many times he said that he was for universal background checks. He said it then. He said it once. He said it twice. He said it 3 times. And in the end, 9 hash marks. He said it 9 times. And then do you know what happened the next day? He went and he met with the NRA and he changed his mind. Well, this year, this election year, we are not going to tolerate people just saying they changed their mind. Not when we have those 21 empty beds in the state of Texas. I come from a proud hunting state. We have a lot of hunters in our state. And I can tell you right now, my Uncle Dick in his deer stand, he does not need an AK-47. And any rational person that looks at this and say, how come an 18-year-old could go out there and buy that type of gun? How come they could get an assault weapon? That is why we have long stood for sensible background checks, for red flag laws, for, yes, closing the boyfriend loophole, which is my bill, that got 30 Republican votes in the House and then got cut out of the United States Senate because the Republicans in the Senate wouldn't let it be part of the domestic violence bill. Enough of this. They literally were standing up for domestic violence offenders and saying that they could have guns. It never ends. And so, no, 18-year-olds should not be getting assault weapons, and we will take that to the public. This next week will be a referendum on that, on sensible gun laws, on getting this done, and we will see if they come back from hearing from the people in their districts and in their states, and they come back and join us in some common sense gun safety legislation. This is their moment. That's a pressure point. And as those funerals go on and you see more of those pictures of those kids in their communion dresses and in their baseball uniforms, every single time I want you all to think that 18-year-old didn't have to go out and get an assault weapon. This is completely preventable. So let's get to work. And when we get back, if they don't join us, we march right to the ballot box. Thank you.